Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and we're going to talk about Dan Slott because apparently Dan Slott he is going to be the next rumored Superman writer. Lord help us, because what? No, 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 God, no. I don't know if this is a good idea, but Bound in the Comics book says that it's rumored that Dan Slott that Dan Slott will be writing Superman for DC in 2025, ending his Marvel exclusivity. Slott previously wrote Scooby Doo, Batman, and more for DC over 20 years ago, and that was 20 years ago, right? And then Slott was also approached by DC in 2013 to write Superman and Batman. He might join DC Superman um Superstar Initiative after creators like Jason Aaron's. I don't know about that because y'all brought Brian Michael Bendis, and Brian Michael Bendis destroyed Superman Rebirth at the time. And that was so cool, honestly. Like, oh, mm, that just it pisses me off. It really pisses me off, like how much y'all just set up there and just destroyed the Rebirth and Action Comics stuff. Peter J. Tomasi, Patrick Gleason, I believe. Um, it was it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and then y'all just said, "Nah, screw this," And then what? Who was it? Action Comic Books as well. Action Comics. Who? I think. Who did that one? Yeah, Dan Jurgens. So like Dan Jurgens and them, they did such an amazing job on Superman Rebirth or whatever and Action Comics Rebirth. And then y'all said, no, screw that. We're gonna get Brian Michael Bendis. And not only did we like redo Superman, we reset it, Action Comic Books, and we got rid of Super Sons as well, just to bring in Brian Michael Bendis for his stupid Man of Steel storyline that just was ugh, you know what I'm saying? And it gave us like the aged up John Kent. And I don't know, because Dan Slott is a half-ass writer anyway. Like the only thing he's really known for is really Superior Spider-Man at this point, and Spider Island, I believe, and Into the Spider-Verse. And even then we kind of, mm. And so basically, from Bleeding Cool, they said that they've heard that Dan Slott is to write Superman comics for DC, and asking around, this will be DC's first comic book title with Dan Slott as written for decades of being Marvel exclusive writer, and Marvel should continue to keep him because we don't need this on DC. We really don't. Um, he got a contract carved out for Doctor Who comic books from Titan Comics, but DC comic books is a whole different world. Over 20 years ago, Dan Slott was writing Superman, Looney Tunes, Powerpuff Girls, Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures, Justice League Adventures before writing the very dark Arkham Asylum, the in Living Hell for DC, and follow up his JLL classified. Wait, hold on. Wait, wait, Dan. Mm, okay. I didn't know Dan Slott wrote those ones because I've read those stories, and they're actually not bad. But see, that just because that was 2003 and 2004 and 2007 Dan Slott, current Dan Slott, I don't know, because it's the same thing as like Brian Michael Bendis. You go down and write, and it's like, oh, okay, he wrote all this good stuff, but when it came to Superman, it's just like, what the hell? So I don't know. At this point, he signed an inclusive contract with Marvel, which he had been working under ever since writing the first She-Hulk and then writing Amazing Spider-Man. He may have written more Spider-Man comic books than anyone else, and plenty of other Marvel comic books since afterwards, such as Tony Stark, Iron Man, leading into Iron Man 2020, and Fantastic Four with the Reckoning War. And those were horrible. You saw how quick they got his ass off of Fantastic Four. He recently returned to the Spider-Man books with Spider-Verse, Superior Spider-Man, and Spider-Boy. and nobody's even reading Spider Boy. I don't even know who's reading Spider Boy. I think Spider Boy is a waste of space and time, honestly. Um, but it's possible. Back in 2016, Dan Slott told former Bleeding Cool writer Nev Coleman, last time my contract came up with DC, asked me to come over and specifically write Superman and Batman comic books, but I'm under a Marvel exclusive for 3 years. This might have meant that Dan Slott is no longer Marvel exclusive. B, DC comic books asked him again, and C, he's gone with Superman. At New York Comic Con, DC Comic Books also announced the Superman Superstars initiative, big name creators following each other's arcs on Action Comics first, Jason Aaron, and then John Tim, Joshua Williams, Rafael Sylvian, Miguel Medina, Gail Simone, Eddie Burrows, currently Mark Wade and Clay Henry, then John Ridley. Oh my God, stop. Ika Miranda to come. Might Dan Slott be to follow, or will he be jumping on Superman title after Joshua Williams? And what will this deal do for Marvel or DC be going forward? And before anyone make the jokes about Superman selling his soul to Trigon and erasing his marriage to Lois Lane, the one more day situation was status handed to Dan Slott, which he worked under rather than the one he created. I mean, they know damn well not to do no nonsense like that because we're not playing that game. I wish they would come up with some crap where Lois and Superman make up some nonsense so they can get divorced or whatever, or never be married or whatnot. Okay, great. Then we're people will be done with DC because they tried that crap in the New 52. It did not work. It did not work because people did not like Superman and Wonder Woman together, even though they tried to make it look like, oh my God, isn't this amazing? No, we don't like it. It's stupid. It is dumb. I wish the hell they would do some one more day nonsense like that. And ooh, no, I kick DC ass for that bullshit. Like seriously, it's pathetic. But yeah, are you guys excited that Dan Slott is coming to DC comic books maybe? And do you think he'll be able to write a good Superman story? Like let me know, like in the comment section below. And yeah, that was really it. Dan Slott going to DC maybe. Interesting. Would have never guessed, honestly, but hey, we'll see. Let's just hope it doesn't turn into a Marvel 616 behind the scenes thing where, you know, Dan Slott wasn't really doing much of nothing. He was just laying laughing, goofing, surfing on the web and calling people out instead of actually working on his story and having those artists and people waiting, and then Marvel released that thinking that that shit was cute. Um, he better not do nothing like that with DC because I'm just not in that kind of mood for that bull crap. Just letting you know right now. So don't even do it, Warner Brothers. But yeah, that was it. Like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.